Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing great. Today I'm going to talk about and show you what caught my eye and what's worth mentioning from the event that went live on 19th and 20th for Gran Turismo Sport. I'll also be showing you one of the very first looks at the menu, how sleek it looks. I really like the look of it. The game also supports PlayStation VR, Sony's fledgling virtual reality headset. While PSVR isn't available just yet, it goes on sale in October, which is just in time for Gran Turismo Sport. Sony today confirmed that PSVR support will be available from launch. According to Yamauchi, PSVR will support all aspects of GT Sport, which could mean all gameplay modes. Pretty exciting, huh? I'll also be telling you why Sony haven't kept their promise relating to an open beta for Gran Turismo Sport, also confirming GT Sport will have damage and weather, and Polyphony are trying their best to optimize GT Sport for a 60 FPS experience. So welcome and let's get started. The beta has been cancelled as the game could release in its best shape this November. The GT creator said that's something that I'm very sorry about. In order to do a beta test, we have to make a gold master of the beta test code, and that's equally time consuming like the real master code of the actual game. We decided that we just don't have enough time to create 2 gold masters for the game. By omitting it, it saves us 3 months of time. During the live event in London, Kazunori Yamauchi announced key aspects of the new racing sim and promised that GT Sport is going to be offering a level of innovation that hasn't been seen since the first Gran Turismo, and actually it sounds like he could be right. Racing games aren't just about putting you behind the wheel anymore. Polyphony has bundled in a bunch of extra features to broaden the scope of Gran Turismo Sport. For instance, now the game includes a Facebook-style timeline which you'll be able to access from the revamped home dashboard. You can also check this out from a web browser, and there's even a companion app for mobile devices. Alongside a decent amount of cars and tracks, GT Sport is bringing in a lot more features that just show how ambitious Polyphony and Sony are this time around. From cool social elements to a virtual automotive museum, the 2 FIA-approved racing championships, GT Sport doesn't want to emulate racing, it actually wants to exist in parallel to it. Are you already interested just like me? Sorry, but you'll have to wait until November 15th if you're in the USA and 18th before it's released in the UK. In the meantime, I'm trying my best to shell out everything we know about GT Sport. There's also a new mode called Scapes that allows you to place your cars in beautiful landscape photos. These preset scapes will come bundled in with stored lighting information, which will let you change the focus and exposure of your snaps and create some pretty cool images. Sony says that there will be about 1000 photo spots in Scapes mode, so you hopefully won't see the same landscapes reused over and over again. GT Sport launches with over 130 cars when it releases this November. All have been built or rebuilt from the ground up since GT6, and all cars will have an interior view this time. This signals to a fresh start for the franchise, one that is likely to be welcomed by many, while the entire list of cars is yet to be fully revealed. GT Sport will also introduce 4 new competitive racing categories based on real-world motorsports that have been made to ensure an equal footing during racing competitions. The categories are N-Series, Group 4, Group 3 and Group 1. As for the tracks, GT Sport will come with 19 locations that will be further divided into 27 tracks. Although there isn't a full list of tracks at present, we do know there will be 2 dirt tracks, and Kent's legendary Brands Hatch will be returning to the game. Polyphony has extended the scope of things once again. GT Sport contains more modes than we have ever seen in a Gran Turismo game, and they're all designed to essentially make you a virtual racing driver. There's a campaign mode where you progress through the ranks, and even tutorials in a circuit experience mode that encourages you to master every square meter of tarmac. But don't you worry, this won't be like the labels driving licenses of the old Gran Turismo games. This time around you'll be able to learn fast and progress quickly. So it's all about progression, not resistance. There's a lot more here than you'd expect before you even dive into the online sports mode of the game. There's actually 137 offline challenges for you to complete. And what's the sports mode all about? Well, this time around, it's more than just multiplayer. It's an online competition supported by the FIA. Yes, the same FIA body that controls Formula 1. You can either race by nation or choose a manufacturer you support, but the overall aim is clean, professional and almost lifelike racing. I really like this whole idea about the whole FIA getting involved with this game. I'm really looking forward for that and actually see how this actually works out. It is really interesting. Polyphony doesn't want you to get lost in the leaderboard though, so it's spreading up players based on age and region. That way you got a much better chance of being a winner. This is really cool. GT Sport also has a strong social element that takes the leaf out of games like Destiny and Battlefield 2. Each player will have a newsfeed and a profile containing their achievements, and GT Sport will also be offering a companion app so you can check your stats on the go if you want to do that sort of stuff. During the event, we saw a lot of gameplay from the upcoming GT Sport, but since competitors did not have time to train with the new tracks and cars, there was quite a lot of bumping, yet no damage was seen. Luckily, this is going to change. Producer Kazunori Yamauchi mentioned in an interview on Game Watch that the game has damage system that already works internally but simply wasn't activated in the build shown in London, which isn't too surprising because if it was, very few would have gone to the finish line on the Nürburgring. We also learned the inclusion of weather is planned, but this time around Polyphony Digital isn't going to implement dynamic weather and we'll be able to select it from the start of the race itself. This decision was purely taken because dynamic weather involves a trade-off in terms of quality, and the development team decided to prioritize quality this time around and not make sacrifices in that area. We also learned that the team is still targeting a 1080p 60 frames per second combination. Since currently there are areas in which frame rate drops, the objective for future development is to optimize the game in order to have a stable frame rate at 60 FPS at all times. I'll be sharing as much information relating to GT Sport. There's so much more that we don't know yet about the game. Thanks for watching. Do let me know what's pulling you towards this game and what's letting you down. Would love to hear from you. Would love to know what your opinion is and how the game is actually shaping up for you. Till then, this is Kush signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.